The approach to building systems for broadcast and professional video workflows today is somewhat different to how it would have been only a few years ago. The technology driving the industry forward has been evolving at an alarming rate, and then, of course, the pandemic effect.
Yes, and all of the above means that flexibility, efficiency, reliability and support is that much more important. Now today we're joined by two guests from a company that has been manufacturing quality equipment at affordable prices since the 1980s. And we wanted to find out what they can offer us now.
Yeah, so let's welcome Barrett Karai and Paul Robertson from Kramer Electronics. Nice to see you guys. Before we get into too much detail about what you've got to tell us, give us a brief history, if you can, of Kramer Electronics and Sierra.
Yeah, of course. So Kramer Electronics, long established manufacturer of AV equipment, been going since about 1981. So we've got a little bit of experience in the industry, obviously. Sierra Video has its heritage in Grass Valley in the States, been going since 1984. The relationship came together in 2003 when Kramer Electronics wholly acquired Sierra Video, and been in partnership ever since, with Sierra Video handling the routing switches and multi-viewer side of things for the broadcast and live events market.
So let's get into the technical side of things now. With 4K being demanded more and more in today's broadcast industry, what solutions do you have from Kramer and Sierra to support the 12G standard?
Well, of course, Kramer, there's a long history of being a market leader, and we like to be at the forefront of technology, and broadcast is no exception to that. In response to the recent growing need for 12G solutions, obviously with 4K coming on stream, we've introduced a number of new Kramer and Sierra products with 12G capability. And that includes sort of the glue, like distribution amplifiers, matrix switches, SCADAs, converters, and obviously multi-viewers as well for broadcast. So
what's different about what you're offering, though, from Kramer and Sierra? There are plenty of solutions out there. What stands you apart?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we never want to be a Me Too manufacturer. We don't want to just follow what everyone else has put on the market. And we've always prided ourselves on innovation here at Kramer and at Sierra. To give you an example, one of the particularly unique products we're offering is a 32-port flexible 12G router called the Aspen 32 UFX.
When you say when you say flexible or a port, what yeah.
Okay, so
I'll let you say ports, yeah.
So exactly, that's the innovative part of that product. As you pointed out, I said ports rather than inputs and outputs there. So the Aspen 32 UFX has 32 ports. Now each of these can be either an input or an output. So rather than having the sort of fixed configs that we've seen over time, 16 by 16 or 32, etc., the customer has the freedom to determine exactly how many inputs and outputs they have. So it could be a 16 by 16, but equally it could be configured to be a 2 by 30 or 20 by 12, for example. So it meets the exact need of the application, which is great for sort of changing setups. One time a 1616 might fit the bill, but another time you have more inputs and outputs, etc.
And are these inputs and outputs, are they software configurable?
Yeah, you can go into the GUI and you can change them from there to match whichever configuration fits the bill for that specific job.
So we see multi-viewers being used in all sorts of things, from security to shopping centres and all sorts of other uses. What sort of specific features do you have on your multi-viewers that make them particularly well placed in broadcast?
Okay, so we've got the multi-viewers are generally from the Sierra family for the broadcast market, and we've got a family of Sierra multi-viewers that are fully featured especially for broadcast, and there's two frames in that family. So we got one which is a single rack unit in height called the SMPXX, and we got its bigger brother called the MPXX, which is 3 rack units in height, and those can support up to 32 and 144 inputs respectively. They're a modular system, so it's expand as you need. You can add your inputs as your system grows, and it's got a range of different input formats available as well, from good old analog composite for legacy sources, HDMI with HDCP, all the way up to the latest and greatest 12G SDI. Each Multiviewer instance supports 2 independent outputs, each of which has HDMI and SDI in parallel, all the way up to 4K 60 and 12G output resolutions.
Yeah, so physically you've got to, I guess, because you're mentioning quite a lot of inputs there. Physically, you're going to have a big frame to get all these inputs in, but the Multiviewer is, once again, software configurable from a station, so to speak. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. It's got the GUI that you can go in to configure your tiles. In fact, all the tiles, for example, are completely free form and scale, so you're not stuck to a standard sort of 4x4 grid configuration. You can have the tiles however you want. You're not restricted to particular layout, and you can also create non-video tiles in there as well. For content such as clocks, logos, timers, and of course audio monitoring as well.
So support's obviously critical for broadcasters, particularly over the last 12 months, of course, when a lot of people have been working remotely. What sort of support levels does Kramer offer?
So we've got offices in Aylesbury, and we've got a support team in Aylesbury as well. UK based. All the stock, all the spares can be sort of attained from the UK offices. We have technical staff who are able to assist with any after sales technical assistance, as well as fix and repairs. So if there was a fault, we'd have it back at our Aylesbury office. It's not being sent overseas, and you're waiting weeks and weeks for a repair. We have people in the UK who are able to help turn this around, because the industry we're in, it's a quick turnaround process, and we need to make sure it's all happening as quick as possible. Paul has been with Kramer for a number of years, and he'd be handling the kits as well as his team to put it together and support it.
So you mentioned you've got this UK office and a great support network. What about warranties?
Warranty, actually, we offer a very competitive 7-year warranty on all our Kramer products, but actually on the Multiviewers, 5 years. So it's very extensive. We do critically have the UK workshop that Bharat mentioned as well, so it doesn't have to go abroad. It can come back to the UK, and we can offer a quick turnaround on any repairs as well.
So if people want to get their hands on, it's been difficult, getting demos and actually, simply just getting your hands on the kit and working out where it's going to work for you. Are you back on the road, Barrett? Are you seeing people? Are you going to be, you're going to be out there soon?
Yep, I haven't sat around. I've been out. Yes, when the lockdown came in, we had a different sector of customers we were assisting in the AV and the medical, who, believe it or not, also require broadcast quality equipment. But now we're gradually opening up. We can see the broadcasters as media companies having to upgrade, continue their projects. So Paul and I are ready to go out and do demonstrations, as we have been throughout lockdown.
There was something, Bharat, I spotted online, the Kramer Academy. Maybe tell us a little bit about that, because I know you've got your own certification program as well. How does that all work?
So we have courses on our Kramer Academy portal for our partners, but also our end users. It's run by our UK team and international team. A quick sign up via our KramerAV.com Academy, and anyone's welcome to join. We have access to webinars, whether it be UK based or abroad, and these cover anything from AV, IP, IT, and broadcast. So it literally is open to anyone to join in. We don't just talk about Kramer products. We talk about and educate about technology, because that's something we're here to do as a team and as a company to educate all our partners and customers about the technology as it moves on. If we look at broadcast and media over the last 10 years, it's been changing, and it continually is. Yes, we've had some customers sort of sitting back and thinking, we'll wait for this change to come before going on board. But you can't. This is where we come with hybrid solutions, whether it be broadcast over AV and IP or IT. Lots of different words being thrown around, different jargons being thrown around. But at the end of the day, we want to move media from A to B as safe and easily as it was, but now in the whole world of IP and IT.
So I know there was a webinar that you did very recently. Tell us a little bit about that, because I think it gave a snapshot of what Kramer customers can expect going forwards this year.
Okay, so yes, we did a live new products webinar yesterday, and among the products we discussed were our via site management products, the upgrades we've done to that. So this is for managing our suite of collaboration and wireless presentation products. We also covered our new video wall controller, which is cascadable up to 8x8 video walls. So great new product there. And myself, my other hat I wear is cable product manager, and I talked about our new range of 8K cables for 8K extension up to 100 meters on DisplayPort or 30 meters at HDMI, and also a new range of USB 3 and USB-C extension cables as well. So we did introduce a whole new raft of products yesterday that we talked about, and we had some really great feedback as well.
So taking from that webinar, we had media, broadcast, and IT convergence all available in our product line. And even moving forward, watch this space. We'll be back to talk about AV broadcast over IP. Not just talking about what Kramer is going to offer, but give you a quick snapshot and a learning tool on how we can all work together in the world of broadcast and IP over IT. Now, we say over IT because we don't just talk about broadcast managers now. We've got to involve the IT managers in corporate companies and broadcast environments. So we've got to make it friendly for them, because if we don't, there's always roadblocks. So here at Kramer, we want to work with everyone to make a solution fit.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's lots to check out on KramerAV.com, as well as a dedicated training section and the support area, where I found a very useful bandwidth calculator, as well as white papers, technical papers, and even the pinouts for a classic VGA cable.
I'm going to go find out. I remember. Thanks, Paul Barrett, for joining us today. Great to see Kramer offering great value kit still and especially to the broadcast industry. And thanks to Mediaproxy for their support ongoing. And you find out more about them at mediaproxy.com. All of our shows are also available on podcast. See you next time.